Hi, my name is Greg Hervey. I instruct the Graphic Design Certificate program at the University of Texas. In this quick introduction, I'll talk about who we are, the graphic design industry, how the certificate program works, prerequisites, and what you can expect from it. The Graphic Design Certificate program is run through the Center for Professional Education, which provides various continuing education programs to the community. That means it's open to the public. You do not have to apply to or be accepted by the university to enroll. CPE instructors are usually not university faculty. We're industry professionals and subject matter experts. We still have our day jobs, so we keep our thumb on the pulse of our industry and share the latest trends and best practices with our classes. For example, I've been a graphic designer for over 20 years and spent much of that time freelancing for various organizations, ranging from small mom and pop retailers up to Fortune 500 companies. I've also been a faculty member in UT's College of Fine Arts and developed and taught short courses in Adobe software at UT Informal Classes. I've provided specialized design training to lots of Austin area publishers, ad agencies, and high-tech companies, which is all to say I have pretty broad experience and I know what I'm talking about. As you probably know, graphic design is all about visual communication. It's not just making things a little prettier than they otherwise would be. That's what bad graphic designers do. Good graphic designers recognize and leverage cognitive psychology and the mechanisms affecting how we process visual information to increase the effectiveness of and engagement with the things we design so they yield tangibly better results. That's not just an inflated assertion of our own relevance by graphic designers. Reputable research has put hard numbers to this. Good design really does yield better growth and higher revenue, and investment in design usually has a remarkable return. Specialties within the graphic design field include identity and branding, where you may create logos, branding systems, product literature, and even package designs. In advertising design, you usually work with marketing teams to build print and online ads. Interface designers create website, mobile app, and even game interfaces. Publication designers lay out newsletters, newspapers, books, and magazines. Motion graphic artists create a wide range of content, including video infographics, commercials, and TV and movie title sequences. Some designers focus on static infographics and illustrations to be used in marketing or editorial materials. And environmental graphic designers create signage, design exhibition spaces, arena branding, and retail spaces. It's pretty common, especially in smaller organizations, and certainly if you freelance, to work in several of these fields rather than specialize in just one. You may not get rich being a graphic designer, but the money's certainly not bad, and getting paid to do what you love is pretty fantastic. Entry level is often around $50,000 a year, and with a few years of experience, you can be earning $60,000 to $70,000. In certain specialties like UX design and motion graphics, you can easily clear $100,000. The Austin area in particular has lots of high-tech firms that compete for good graphic designers and offer salaries that are often a little higher than the national average. Demand for graphic designers continues to be quite high. There were hundreds of jobs posted in the last year in the Austin area, and in Texas, demand is expected to grow by more than 11% over the next decade. As a graphic designer, you get to exercise your creativity and often get to work on wildly different types of projects day to day. It's also a career very conducive to remote working and has a pretty low barrier to entry. Candidates with strong skills in Adobe software who are web savvy and demonstrate an ability to pick up new skills are best positioned in this competitive field. That's what our program focuses on. It's a 12-week curriculum emphasizing technical skill in the industry-leading software, design fundamentals, creative problem solving, and real-world projects that prepare you to step into an entry-level graphic design position. We also talk about freelancing, including setting your rates and contracts, and focus on interview skills specific to this industry. You'll even develop your own resume and online portfolio and participate in a mock job interview with an industry professional. Be aware this program is not a prep course for Adobe's software certification exams. Employers really don't care about software certification. Most know that's just a revenue stream for Adobe and the companies administering the tests. Employers care about your portfolio, hard evidence of your expertise and diverse skill set. Nor is this an entry-level program. You should have experience in both Photoshop and Illustrator by the time you start. You don't have to be an expert, but you should know the basics of both programs. This isn't a job placement program. We'll discuss the skills you need to showcase at an interview, develop your resume, give tips on putting together a stronger portfolio, and even have a mock job interview, but we don't source jobs for you. The goals of the Graphic Design Certificate Program are to educate, empower, and prepare you. The main goal is to give you the skills you need to land an entry-level job in the industry by covering the software tools of the trade and design fundamentals so you're a competent and experienced designer. You'll also be exposed to real-world design projects where you get to exercise your creativity and problem-solving skills. We also empower you to be an advocate for graphic design and, by extension, your own self-worth. A lot of people think graphic design isn't a serious discipline because anyone with a copy of Photoshop can call themselves a designer. There's no credentialing or licensing required like doctors, lawyers, or engineers need. But graphic design does require specific knowledge and skill. There's quantifiable science behind good design, and the value it adds is both measurable and significant. We cover that in this program so you can be a better designer, be more influential in a group environment, a credible advocate for yourself in the discipline, and are prepared to step into and succeed at any entry-level design position. The specific learning objectives of the program are to learn design principles needed for effective visual communication, to develop your creative thinking and problem-solving skills, to gain technical knowledge and experience to increase your professional worth, to get practice building compelling print, web, and motion graphics, accessible PDFs, and interactive documents, understand the essential elements of a contract for when you do freelance work, to get foundational web skills enabling you to design and code social media campaigns, including marketing emails and landing pages, to better understand where and how to use AI in creative work, including its limitations, to build an online portfolio that showcases design projects you create in the program and an effective resume to use in your job search, and you'll gain experience and confidence interviewing for a design job. The course is divided between an instructor-led module on graphic design and a self-paced module covering HTML coding and building an online marketing campaign. The instructor-led module, our weekly meetings, covers digital imaging basics, advanced Photoshop techniques, composition, color, and typography, critiquing skills, advanced vector illustration, data visualization, page layout, interactive documents and PDF accessibility, digital video and motion graphics, and professional development, including interviewing skills and utilizing generative AI in your work. Projects we do include making infographics, a printed trifold brochure, and digital publications. Concurrent with our weekly meetings, you'll complete a self-paced online course covering the basics of HTML and CSS, how to code marketing emails, creating promotional landing pages, and setting up your own online portfolio. Projects include an online marketing campaign including multiple ads and a landing page. You'll also design your own original campaign. The only required material for the program is a subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud, which gives you the software we'll use in class: Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Acrobat, and After Effects. There's some additional free programs we'll use, like the code editor we use for the HTML module. Notes and reference materials are provided online, so there are no textbooks to purchase. To earn your certificate, you must attend at least 10 of the 12 meetings, participate in class discussions, and submit all assignments which demonstrate your understanding of the principles we discuss. Your final resume and completed online portfolio are also required, as is participation in that final mock job interview, which is incredibly valuable even if you're not looking to jump into a job search immediately. At the end of the program, graduates receive a University of Texas Gold Seal certificate. This is no small thing. The University of Texas at Austin is a respected educational institution with a worldwide reputation. That could open doors for you that otherwise might be closed. Employers prefer seeing certification from a name they recognize and trust. And while most hiring managers base their decisions largely on an applicant's portfolio, some may have to justify to their supervisor why they want to hire you over another applicant who might appear stronger on paper. And this certificate could be just what they need to do that. Previous students have indicated it's also a great confidence booster to have completed such a wide range of projects. And speaking of feedback, the reviews are in, and apparently I'm awesome. In part, that's because I remember what it was like learning complex software, so I teach the way I like to learn. No long-winded, dry lectures that go unnecessarily deep into the weeds, take forever to get to the point, or are designed to show off an instructor's knowledge of minutia. I like straight to the point, practical examples that also cover the issues that you inevitably encounter in real-world projects. So that's how I present. I'm also sensitive to your investment of time and money. I've taken training before that I thought was a waste of my time because it was superficial content I could have learned on my own. Or they spent too much time on basics, then suddenly ramped up to highly specialized detail without covering the stuff in between. I deliver practical value and want you to come out the other side of this thinking, that was totally worth it, which is the best compliment I can get. So to recap, the program is a blended curriculum of instructor-led and self-paced work. The instructor-led module consists of weekly meetings and short homework projects. The self-paced module consists of video instruction in HTML and CSS, leading up to designing your original online ad campaign. And you'll develop and refine your professional resume and portfolio. The program concludes with a mock job interview with a design industry professional to let you practice and get more comfortable selling yourself, as well as receive real-world feedback from someone experienced in hiring graphic designers. There are no grades in the program. Your success depends on attendance and timely completion of the assignments, though you do get detailed feedback on your creative work. The workload is designed to take roughly 8 to 10 hours per week outside of class, and maximum enrollment is kept to 20, so we have a good student-to-teacher ratio and high-quality engagement. Your takeaways include a certificate of completion from the UT Center for Professional Education, developing the creative and technical skills needed for a job in graphic design, professional insights, tips, and tricks from an industry veteran, and developing an online portfolio of work and a resume to use for networking and interviews. Sessions are offered each semester, meeting Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. with optional one-on-one meetings on demand. You can check the program website for the upcoming session's start date. The cost is just $29.99, and you can get a $200 discount for registering early. Even with that low price, we offer a payment plan enabling you to pay about 1/3 at a time. You might also check if your employer offers assistance or reimbursement. And there's an income-based scholarship available. So the biggest step we've taken to keep our cost lower is to split what would normally be a 2-semester program into an optional foundational course for those who need it and the 12-week certificate program. Other graphic design programs force everyone to go through the basics, even if you already know it, and they charge just as much for that semester as for the advanced semester. We offer that intro semester as an option for those who need it, and since it's on demand, it's about 1/10 the cost of an instructor-led semester. So think of this as a beginning and an advanced graphic design course. If you don't have good grasp of the basic tools, you can't do your best work in the advanced class. As I mentioned, you don't have to be an expert in Photoshop and Illustrator, but you do need to know the basics of both. Some people incorrectly assume if they're both Adobe programs, they must be a lot alike, and knowing one makes it easy to slog through the other, when actually there's very little overlap. In Photoshop, you should be able to make accurate selections, work with layers, typeset, and make basic enhancements like improving contrast and realistically altering the color of objects in a photo. In Illustrator, you should know how to draw basic shapes, color them, use the pen to draw complex shapes, format text, and transform objects, meaning you know how to scale, rotate, and reflect. If you know a little InDesign, that's great, but not required. InDesign does have a lot in common with Illustrator, so Illustrator experience certainly helps, and we do cover the basics of InDesign in the program. So if you have any reservations about your Photoshop or Illustrator skills, please listen to your gut and take the Introduction to Graphic Design course. It's self-paced, video-based training covering all the practical and essential skills of each software, and it's some of the best structured training available for foundational Adobe skills. The intro course is just $3.99. You get 90 days to complete it, and you can start anytime. Many self-taught people have some pretty big gaps in their knowledge and benefit greatly from a thorough foundational curriculum. Even folks with prior experience have said they learned a lot of new things in just the first few lessons. So to get the most from the advanced exercises of the certificate program, you can't be struggling with the basics. Take advantage of the intro class if you need it. You won't regret it. You can never know too much about Photoshop or have too much Illustrator experience. I'm really happy with how well received the Graphic Design Certificate program has been in the years we've been running it. It's a well-rounded, targeted curriculum of marketable core skills to make you a very competitive candidate for any entry-level graphic design position.